Hello everyone, French Fry Warrior has returned to go over a record of Ragnarok chapter 107. A fast recap of the previous chapter will happen as usual, so to skip the recap, then jump to this time on the screen or click the time code in the description. Last time on Record of Ragnarok, Simo laid unconscious as the humans cheered for his victory and became worried upon not seeing him wake up. His dog runs up to him and licks his face to wake him. Simo thanks his loyal companion and is carried away, leaving the gods devastated. Ares, in disbelief, thinks that was another clone of Loki, not believing Loki would die like that. He thinks Loki is playing another prank on him and yells for Loki to come out. Frustrated, he asks Hermes where did he go, stating Loki was never his friend, but it'll be lonely without him, as he cries out. Other gods have varied reactions to his death. Halak is also in disbelief that Simo beat Loki. Jack comments, this round was the greatest interweaving of humanity and God, making it the highest form of art. Halak questions, how did Simo stay calm and kill the real one with all the clones? Jack believes it's due to Simo's pain of the heart, meaning when Simo takes a life, he feels that pain in his heart. Whenever he shot a clone, he felt no pain. And the only two times where Simo wasn't calm and felt that pain was when he shot the Heracles clone Loki was in, and when he dealt the final blow to Loki. This begs the question of how did he know the real Loki teleported above him using the bird? Jack adds that this is probably due to having a deep love for the forest of Finland, allowing him to know that something was off. Upon looking at the bird's movement, he knew something was off and knew that it was Loki's clones. Halak is curious to know what color was Loki in the end, since he had a friendship with Brunhild and they all knew he liked her. Jack elaborates that Loki emitted the purest, most unadulterated form of insane love. Thor and Mjolnir both expressed their sadness at Loki passing. Buddha was amazed by the fight, but still wondered that Loki wouldn't have fought so hard just to win a Ragnarok match. Brunhild simply excuses herself, and Buddha takes note that her and Loki are actually pretty similar, both letting their puberty go haywire. Brunhild walks in her room with holograms of the fallen fighters, now adding Loki to that list. She understands why Loki did what he did, all for the sake of love. Loki never hesitated, leaving Brunhild to admit that her and Loki are truly the same, which is why she won't apologize until Ragnarok is over. Gaul is notified of Simo's victory and cheers for humanity, now needing one more win. Nostradamus assumes Siegfried is ecstatic at this news, but surprisingly, Siegfried states that he would never wish Nifl on him despite having hated him back then. Plus, he's now more worried about Brunhild, who had to make that hard choice, despite their past friendship. Nostradamus also adds that since the gods and Odin's plans are on the brink of defeat, he has no idea what Odin could be plotting now. This worries Gaul for Brunhild as she walks out her room, followed by the hallway cracking. It is none other than Odin, who asks Brunhild what is her goal. She replies that it's to save humanity, but Odin doesn't buy that and knows she has a bigger goal. Standing on business, she boldly claims that it's to kill Odin. With this point-blank declaration to his death, will Odin be going next to prove Brunhild wrong, or will he take matters into his own hands and dispose of her now? This chapter kicks off with Brunhild deciding who will be humanity's next fighter, with the humans now at 6 wins. The last remaining Einhar warriors being Kintoki, Nostradamus, and Rasputin, who will be going against the big boss Odin. We flash back to what happened after Brunhild's declaration. He questions would a Valkyrie really kill him, asking if this is all for something as trivial as love, with her replying that it is. Odin laughs at this, stating that Brunhild has truly gone mad. He reminds her that Siegfried belongs to him, fated to die and becoming the vessel for the revival of the primordial gods. Brunhild is unfazed at this, leading Odin to assume that she already knew about this. Odin states he may not know who told her this, but His desire can no longer be stopped by anyone. Brunhild wants to know why sacrifice Siegfried and all of humanity for the primordial gods. Just what is Odin's desire? What is his goal upon obtaining this power? Does he just want to control all of Valhalla? Odin replies that he'll destroy it. He'll destroy Helheim, Midgard, and Valhalla. Everything, and then he will bring about the end of everything. That's all, as he sneers. Brunhild is stunned to hear this. Odin is bothered that he has to fight now since Loki wasn't meant to lose, and is curious to see which will prevail, Brunhild's madness or his desire. Brunhild agrees as she's been waiting for this opportunity for as long as she can remember, ending the conversation between the two. She is finally here at this moment and already decided on which fighter it would be since the very beginning, stating that only this person can beat the supreme god of the Norse pantheon. This person being Sakata Kintoki. The scene shifts to his room with a huge axe on a tree stump while he sits in the background. Buddha approaches his buddy, letting him know that Odin has been decided to fight in round 12, followed by Kintoki's acknowledgement. Buddha goes into a little side story about him going to the store to buy some Buddha chup snacks, with Shiva and his buddies also being present. They basically call Buddha a hypocrite since he preaches about abandoning earthly desire and attachment. Meanwhile, he's filling his desire to eat all these snacks. Buddha counters by stating that technically, attaching yourself to the idea of abandoning attachment is still an attachment at the end of the day. Realizing that Buddha is somewhat correct, they were all struck in silence and Buddha laughed. Kintoki appreciates Buddha for trying to break the tension of the situation, but says he's not that type of guy for that. Plus, Kintoki has no worries about this round. Buddha reminds Kintoki to come back after so he can still determine a winner for their 100th bout. Kintoki suggests they settle things through Happa Sumo. Buddha agrees and Kintoki grabs his axe. He states that this is just some annoying task that needs to be done and should only take a few seconds, lifting his axe out of the stump. Buddha warns that Odin is strong, and Kintoki knows this but still isn't worried. He boldly claims that he will kill Odin because Odin and him have the same endgame, bringing this chapter to an amazing close with round 12 being Odin versus Kintoki. Well, we are finally here. The big bad boss Odin is now stepping up to the plate. We also got a reconfirmation of his goal, which is to simply bring about the end of everything, destroying Valhalla, Midgard, and Helheim all at once. Nothing different from what we learned from his flashback and how he wanted to commit genocide on the non-primordial gods. What I want to know though is, yeah, he says that, but after destroying everything, what's next? Build a new world where he's the supreme ruler? Like, what's the deeper motivation behind all of this? I doubt Odin is evil just for the sake of being evil. There's something more that we'll most likely learn about during his match. Odin is another funny guy that's now just letting anyone know his plan since he just straight up told Brunhild his whole plan for Siegfried. Man, this guy is also so disrespectful, like he dead laughed in her face for just trying to save her mans. It is ironic that he also refers to her goals as madness when his desire is more insane than hers. Dude, she is just trying to get her mans back. You want to erase all of life in the universe, which that alone shows how crazy and how vile Odin is. More on that, Odin didn't even really acknowledge Loki's defeat. He literally just said, damn, that's unfortunate Loki lost now, cause I gotta get my hands dirty. Once again, highlighting how selfish and uncaring Odin is towards anyone else but himself and his goals. So, who will be the one to take this villain down? Well, from the very beginning, as most guess, it's Sakata Kintoki, which I am absolutely hyped for. Low-key, at this rate, we are never getting that Rasputin reveal till like the last couple chapters, but I digress. Kintoki's divine battle axe looks very cool, and I'm curious to see what type of powers he'll be bringing to the table. I am Team Kintoki, but in reality, I don't think Kintoki is going to win The dialogue between him and Buddha gave me some nervous vibes, because at first Buddha tried to break the tension by, telling the story, which is something he already doesn't do. And Buddha had to warn Kintoki that, Odin is strong, because Buddha also saw a glimpse of his power when he was with Beelzebub and they were trying to learn more about Odin's goals. So he knows that Odin is no joke. Kintoki is confident, but still doesn't bode well for our boy. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. Let me know in the comments below. I wonder who his Valkyrie is gonna be. It may well be Brunhild, since she's been waiting to defeat Odin so bad. Or maybe Kintoki won't require a Valk since he's a demigod, meaning he can already injure gods. Who knows? Guess we'll see that probably next chapter. And the final thing I wonder is, what did Kintoki mean by they had the same endgame? My guess is Kintoki does want to bring the end of everything, but more as a reform to make things better for both humans and gods. Maybe have them coexist as well. This would make sense because, once again, he's a demigod, so he knows how it feels from both perspectives and wants peace or something better for both sides. Let me know in the comment below, and that's all I have for you guys today. Like and sub if you haven't already, and be sure to click that bell notification to be notified on all videos upon release. Thank you. I appreciate y'all for watching the video. Stay safe out there. Be good people. Peace.